Well, the year 2023 just will not loosen its grip on my throat. I can't believe all the crap that has happened to me this year. First my leg, then COVID, and now this. I just spent 3 days in the hospital, and I have to go back for 2 more days in a couple of weeks. I went to bed and I started having serious pain, bad enough that I couldn't lay down or go to sleep. So I got up, and the pain was in my lower back, and I'm walking around, pacing around the house, and as time went on, after a couple of hours, I'm in so much pain, I'm just like curled up on the floor, curled up on the couch. I'm walking around, pacing, and I'm getting really worried and thinking, I really need to see a doctor. But it's the middle of the night. It was, at that time, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing I could do. I thought, I just got to get through tonight so I can go see a doctor tomorrow. And as the night went on, it got worse and worse and worse, to the point that I was getting scared. The pain was so bad, I thought I might pass out or die. I didn't know. And my daughter didn't get off work till 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm trying to make it through till 8 o'clock so she could take me to a doctor. And I didn't think I could make it. And then 5 minutes after 8, she called me, said she was on her way home, and I was already past the 1 to 10 pain. I was already past it. And all I said, she was talking, and I stopped her and I said, I need to go to the hospital as soon as possible. And she didn't even ask me what was wrong. She didn't say anything. She said, I'm calling an ambulance right now, and she hung up. The ambulance got to my house in 5 minutes. Took me out, put me in the ambulance, and on the way to the hospital, the paramedic tried to put an IV in me. He said it would be quicker. They wouldn't have to worry about it at the hospital. But it's a bumpy ride, and he pushed the needle all the way through my vein and blew the vein. And just the bruise just started growing inside my arm from the blood running out. I was like, oh, this is great, this is great. But he radioed the hospital and said that he blew the vein. They would have to put the IV in when I get there. And from the time my daughter called me at 5 minutes after 8, from that time, I was in the emergency room with a doctor in 15 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I was happy. I was happy. They responded fast, got me there fast, and the doctor was like 30 seconds behind me when they put me in the room. Okay, so now I'm laying in the emergency room on a stretcher in a room, and there was a nurse in there, and then the doctor came in, and another nurse, I guess she was a nurse, and she's asking me questions, my name and stuff, and every time the doctor wasn't talking, she's asking me questions, and the other nurse was trying to put another IV in me to get a bag started for morphine, and the doctor wanted to know where all my pain was, and I'm trying to explain that, it's like everywhere below. It started in my back, came around my front, my groin was hurting, and he said, I'm going to have to check you for testicular torsion. I don't even know what that is. And I was brought in after being in pain all night long, so all I was wearing was my pajamas. That's it. I didn't even have panties on or anything. Pajamas were cute, but that's all I had on. And he just grabs my pajama bottoms and pulls them down, and just gets a big old handful of penis, starts pulling it out. The other lady is asking me for my name and information and insurance stuff, and he's pulling the old wiener one direction and pulling the testiculars in another direction. Nurse is trying to get an IV in me, and I'm like, can this day get any worse? This is horrible. But, oh my goodness. Anyway, when that was all over, they got me shot up with morphine so that the pain eased down a little bit. And then they sent me to, is it CAT scan or something like that? The big tube where they put you on a bed and slide you into the tube. And did whatever they were going to do with that, got the results back, and came back and told me I had a kidney stone. And the stone was too large to ever be able to come out on its own. They were going to have to do surgery and try to go up there with a laser and break it up into pieces. And I'm like, yep, my day can get worse. This is incredible. But they couldn't do it that day. They scheduled it for the next day. And when I went for the surgery, they couldn't fit the laser up the pathway. Oh, how's it even better? They used this long wire and a camera and a tube a little later, and they put it right up the old penis and feed it all the way through the bladder and up into the kidney. But when they fed it up in there, it pushed the stone that was trapped in the tubing from my kidney to my bladder. They pushed it back up into the bladder so that at least things could start flowing like they're supposed to. But the pathway was too small to get the laser up there and try to break it up. So they put this long, like, stent, they called it, all the way up the pathway, and it's supposed to spread everything open, the whole pathway, just spread everything open over a couple of weeks, and hopefully make it big enough that they can get the laser up there and break it off. Break the stone all up in smaller pieces so that I can have the joy of peeing thumbtacks for a while. But I'll show you a little diagram of what they did. Okay, this is what the surgery was called. Say hello to Edison. Hello, Edison. This is the torture device they use to go up in there. This is the uteroscope, and this feeds all the way up through your penis, through your bladder, and into your kidney. And that's how it ends in the kidney. But they couldn't get the laser to fit up me, so they put... My camera cut off, sorry. So they put this stent in me that goes kind of like this, really. It goes from the bladder all the way up through the tubing in your body to the kidney, and that is supposed to stay in me for like 2 weeks to stretch out the pathway, hopefully big enough that they can get the laser up there and break up the stone. And then the real fun starts when I start peeing thumbtacks. I can't wait. Okay, so they're going to leave this stent in for a couple of weeks. I have to go to the urologist, group that's doing the surgery about a week or a few days before the surgery, and I have to get the old turn your head and cough exam and the old finger up the, well, that may not be so bad. Anyway, after that, then they're going to go back in, and hopefully it'll be stretched out enough that they can go up and blast it out. I don't have any restrictions as far as what I can do right now, so I still plan on doing some shopping and making some videos, but I am in I'm in pain 24 hours a day, but it's manageable. I can deal with it. But I really want this to be over with so bad. This is not what my channel was supposed to be. I just wanted to wear pantyhose and make videos at the store. Bye, guys.